Hi everyone, how are you? Here's your favorite screen. Let me get out of that and make sure that we're recording because you know that sometimes I do this and I'm just talking to myself, not actually recording. So I have gotten several nasty grams this week alone telling me not to put my personal stories in my videos anymore, that no one wants to hear me, that my voice is actually the worst on the internet, and in fact people feel sorry for my family having to actually listen to my voice. And again, with the no personal stories. So again, to remind everybody, I'm not fucking monetized. This is my channel. So maybe I'll just sit here and talk about myself for a little while. How are ya? Those of you who have been on my channel since day one understand what I'm talking about. Those of you who have came on my channel in the last few days, well, welcome aboard. There's a reason why there's only about 3,500 people that are on my channel, because number one, you have to be incredibly cool. Number two, you have to understand satire. Number three, I insist that you can only laugh about other people or discuss other people, to talk about them in general, if you can make fun of your own self and you can laugh at your own damn self. If you cannot do that, you don't have a sense of humor, just save yourself. You're not going to like my channel. Feel free to leave a thumbs up or thumbs down as you leave, but just fucking leave. Every day, it seems around 5:50 a.m. is when I get the most horrific comments. And so you would think it's the same person, but they're all really weird people. And they use their full names, and they've been on the internet for, 10 to 12 years. Well, YouTube, and they usually have some just massively weird, maybe home videos of themselves living in squalor, and I am going to tell you, this nasty freaking fat ass went off on me the other day. 5:50 a.m. Monday, she decides that she's just going to go ahead and go to a channel and just tear it up. Tells me all this stuff about how I don't need to be doing what I'm doing and blah, 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 and I need to get off the internet, and I don't have the right to do this, that, blah, 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 right? Well, from some of you who know, I have a real problem with a certain narrative on a certain case that profits people to this day. And so when I see something that isn't true, I can't shut my mouth, and I will speak on it. And it doesn't matter how one views that. It's who I am. I don't do well with keeping my mouth shut, acting like I'm supposed to like somebody when I don't. We all know the way that some of the panels I've been on have not been invited back. I don't generally get along with others because I don't think the way that others do. And there are people out there, as we can tell here, we have a worldwide group of friends that are getting together that do think alike, that do see the lies through the narratives that are so profitable. If I wanted to make money, there is a way that, as you know what I'm talking about, I could speak opposite on a narrative and make very good money. And it disgusts me that that's the way that people are making a living. And those are the ones who are telling me to shut my mouth. My voice is so bad, etc., etc. So this fat ass, she's sitting there in her 1980s Astro van, right? And she's got a couple of little girls in the back. Okay? And they have taken her phone and made a couple of home videos. I don't know if she knows they're there. Well, they're filming her. She's taking them on a road trip. And I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, these poor girls, like, I hope it's not their actual mom, because she's just not cool at all. And these girls, like, they're just like it would be like being with the bad grandma with the smelly diaper, because this is what it was. So when somebody, it used to be as a child, when you were insulted, your parents would say, oh, consider the source. Oh, honey, look at them. They don't have anything. You're better than them. They're jealous. Whatever. Okay? Nothing is more true than the frickin' shiners. Shiners are this group of people that come from the Watts case that support a certain narrative and are very intent on telling me that I'm going to be sued, be put in jail, brought in hell, etc. You know, just the general things that they use to wake me up at 5:50 in the morning about. And so apparently these little girls feel the same way about this bitch who came to me at 5:50 in the morning on Friday. She's driving them down the road, and the little girl is like, road trip, woohoo, woohoo. And here the bitch, what's her name? Lulu, or whatever her name was, Louise, Lulu, lunatic. And she says, all right, I'm going to pull over because I need to use the restroom. And you're going to sit in the van and you're going to wait for me. And so the girl goes, oh, you've got to poop. You've got to go drop a doo-doo. I'm just like laughing at this little girl because, you know, she's like, she's had it up to whatever with Lulu or whatever, right? And so the other little girl goes, well, I'm getting out too. I have to go to the bathroom too. And the Lulu goes, no, you're staying in the van. You're fine. You have a pull-em-up on. You know what? You nasty frickin' Lulu coming at me at 5:50 in the morning telling me to shut my mouth and not tell my stories when you've got little girls who are actually filming you. Clean your van, number one. Number two, don't you tell a little girl especially to sit in a van on a road trip and piss and shit herself. How dare you when you want to take your fat ass out and make a doo-doo, you disgusting, nasty, lazy, fat slob. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And it's like people think that, you know, those are so cool, you know, that can figure out who's who. No, it's like these people, they use their full names. They usually have something else in there that, you know, shows where they're from or whatever. It takes me 0.2 seconds to know exactly who they are and exactly what they're working with. And when I look at them and I look at their faces and what they're dealing with and watch some of their videos, and they're not creators, they're generally where they've filmed themselves getting in fights with others, being absolutely obnoxious and being called out for who they are. So these 550ers that are getting sent by, I know who's sending you because you think you're all hot shit and you're giving a portion of your disability check to this person who you think is going to raise enough funds to sue me for my mouth. Well, based on the other case that I follow, the amount of time that it'll take for us to go to trial on whatever you think it is that you want to sue me for, you need to prove that I've caused loss of income. Okay? We know that that's not going to be possible because I've proven that the income that was said was not actually made. So you're not going to be able to prove that I've caused loss of income unless, of course, you're talking about all that you grift and bag in a day. And the fact that I'm bringing reasonable doubt to what you're saying might just cause you the loss or two of a donation. That's the income you're going to come after me from? Well, I'll just get my ass back in law school, finish up, and defend myself. You don't scare me. You've scared everybody else off of the web. Yay. Okay, you took my monetization. Yay. Well, you know what? Speaking of people who grift and whatever, we're getting back to where we started here because I'm done with my personal story, done with how I wake up every freaking morning at 5:50 in the morning when my phone goes off that there's a message and it's some freaking shiner. And people say, oh, turn this off or whatever. Well, you know what? As a mom of 6, you don't have that luxury to turn your phone off. Oh, that's actually people who parent and actually who take their kids out to toilet them. Telling a like 6-year-old to just sit and piss and shit themselves. Disgusting. And let me guess, your kid has pinworms and these out of control UTIs and you can't figure it out. They're always damn sick, right? Disgusting. 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 And you know what? For me having 6 kids and Crohn's disease, I'm going to tell you, even when I had 3 babies in car seats, 2 in the carrier, and 1 where I had to carry with my teeth, I did not ever once, no matter how much of an episode I was having, never once did I leave my children in the car ever. Okay, if I had to run and pull over at a frickin' McDonald's and have 2 car seats, 1 on each arm, holding the 1 baby with my teeth and opening the door for myself, because not like anybody can open the door for a person with as many kids as I had, and go into the bathroom and, you know, lose 22 pounds or more. Great diet plan, the Crohn's is. Never did I leave my children in the car, and never did I deny my children the need to use a toilet or tell them to shit and piss themselves. Consider the source. When you want to tell me to shut my mouth, you better make sure your house is real clean, your van too. On that note, I really am happy that a lot of people are just stopping on all of the nonsense, talking hours and hours and hours about nasty ass Michelle and the other goblin. Some people call the other one a witch, and I don't think she's cool enough to be called a witch. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to show you something about our lovely Taylor Love. The reason why I'm on is because I was sent the details of what happened at court for our favorite loser that is about to be unhoused, and rightfully so. It's for karma, and all of you who have enabled her and think that you're so wonderful and how you still send me hate and send everybody else hate and blah, 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 and say all this stuff. Well, she's going to be unhoused, so open your doors because she's going to want to come and live with you. Those of you who have defended her, you house her. And then we'll see how fast you understand what time it is, and you understand what we've all been saying, that she's right where she needs to be from her actions. Her actions are catching up with her. Her cocksucker isn't working so well, and she's not able to get out of her predicaments as well as she has in the past, it seems, which is it happens with that's why, you know, it's a sad thing, but you know, like I say, being a prostitute never looks well on a resume, always difficult to talk about in an interview. People are very judgmental about it. People want to act like, oh, you know, you can't, this is an equal society and you can't discriminate based on gender. You can't discriminate. Tell me when prostitutes have equal rights, and tell me when they can write it on a resume, okay? Because there are good hookers in this world. And in fact, one of my favorites is the one Hookers for Jesus. If you don't know her, she's so freaking cool. Look her up. Hookers for Jesus. She's a cool lady. She tells her story. It's a good one. Good to follow her. But this old whore, not even worth being called an actual hooker. But anyway, let's see here. Talking about mushy. Well, I pulled this up. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to do everything here under fair use, under the Fair Use Act and disclaimer of Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use using the four-factor balancing act test. That number one, a small portion of original material is used. That means that if I use somebody else's material, I'm using a portion of it, but I'm guiding traffic to that channel because I'm not an asshole, and I don't just take other people's content, use it for myself, and ask for super chats, y'all, for, charity. Anyway, new work is critique, satire, or education. Satire, something y'all should learn. That's the thing. Saturday Night Live can't even be funny anymore because people can't take jokes. How did we devolve from a society who could actually laugh at themselves in the 70s to now, where you can't laugh at anything? You know, if you are seen laughing out loud in public, it's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? The commercial value of the original is not diminished. So that means, like, if somebody is trying to advertise something, it's not like you're hashing on that brand, and that the new work is predominantly original product of user. That means that if I do take somebody else's work, I am putting my own original in. I am not taking from somebody else. I hope that I'm being a good steward of that, and people can frickin' certainly take notes and take lessons. Am I being salty? I think I'm being salty. I love this channel, Mocking Media. So while I'm pulling up documents, I want to go to, I think that a lot of people didn't see some of these great interviews that were done with Taylor Love by Mocking Media, and you should hear them. Mocking Media is sitting at 2,008 subscribers. I think we could do a lot better than that. I think that we can get them up there. So please listen to their stuff, subscribe, comment, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, tell me you love me, because you know you do. And with all things Michelle, trigger warning, it's Michelle Sabate. Enough said. So here's this interview, wink, wink, that I'm going to let you listen to. We're going to start here. I like, let's see, I like this part around 10 minutes. It's really hilarious. Let's go to the 10-minute mark and hop in on this interview while I pull everything else up. Maybe.
I have for you. Is that cool with you?
Cool beans.
Cool beans indeed. Okay, question 1. Before you became an escort,
And if you piss me off anymore, I'm gonna dox all your shit. I know who you are.
I tell ya, if I had $1 for every white trash hillbilly that thought they knew who I was, I'd be rich. But okay, I'll try not to piss you off. Question 1. Before you became an escort, let's say back in high school, how did you prepare for that career?
The captain of the baseball team, the captain of the cheerleading team, the captain of the basketball team, and the captain of the football team, the coolest teacher in the faculty.
Holy shit. Was that your answer? Or were you describing the origins of chlamydia? Okay, let's move on to the next question. You've been called out recently for not having a clean house. You responded by saying that the filth was all staged. My question to you is, who in their right mind would stage such filth?
My house is clean. Why does everybody say it's filthy dirty? My house is fucking clean. I'm messy. I'm messy.
Messy.
Not only do you
Messy.
stumble around in a two-piece, but you also stumble around your answers. Thank you for being anything but transparent.
All right, next question.
We'll get back to the questions in a moment, but for shits and giggles, let's have some fun. Can you put the following states in alphabetical order? Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Take your time. I understand that you may be Tito's impaired.
Georgia, Alabama,
Alabama.
Mississippi, Louisiana.
Genius. Okay, since you have the voice of an angel, being thrown into a wood chipper, do your best impression of the Wicked Witch of the West.
I'm the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And your little doggies, too. I'm going to get you and your little puppies, too. I'm going to get you and your little doggies, too.
That was unbelievable. When I closed my eyes, it was like I was right there on set. You sounded just like her. Now, take a second to clear your throat. The next impression I'd like to hear from you is an old crow on Xanax.
Here we go.
Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
That was amazing. I swear, once you coughed up the throat oysters, it was like having an old crow literally tweaking out right beside me. Okay, I promise that this'll be the last impression, then we can go back to some more questions.
Just one more.
In your most seductive voice, can I hear the pillow talk that you used to seduce a man?
Fear me. Fear me. I'm the devil. I'm the devil. Fear me. Fear me. Fear me. I'm the devil.
Well,
I'm the devil.
I mean, come on.
Woohoo!
I don't know about all of you, but damn, I need a cigarette. That was hot. I'm definitely borrowing that line from you. I can't wait to use it at the bowling alley this weekend.
I actually shouldn't have even said that because now I'm giving you ideas. I should have just kept it to myself.
Right?
Don't worry, I was just kidding and I'm not going to be using your lines anytime soon.
Right?
I'd like to rewind a bit.
Right.
Earlier, you mentioned that you met Trump. I can't help but wonder.
Oh, we're going to leave the Trump sauce right there. And there you have it. I mean, look at this. I'm going to thumbs it up right there. I'm going to show you how that's done. I just thumbs it up. And look at 394 thumbs up here. Come on. I mean, well, it's got 3.2. Well, let me see here. Come on. 238. comments. This one here says that she came from Tragic. Shout out to Tragic always. And this person says shout out to her for telling us about this gold mine. Exactly. This video is everything. Oh my God, the talent and patience this took was absolutely perfect in every way. Keep them coming. And that is exactly it. I mean, this channel, Mocking Media, has everything I've ever needed in my channel. I mean, if I was like, I think that I'm actually going to propose marriage to Mocking Media, because clearly I don't have any computer talent. I just don't. I just don't. And you do. So if you could please accept my keystroke in marriage and let me continue to use you as my partner in all things media, and I can put my apparently terrible voice that shouldn't be on the internet and makes people feel, anyway, I'll get off of that. So anyway, so if some of you are from watching, you're going, what the hell is, okay, you want to know how this actually goes back? If you want to go all the way back, there was this creator named Molly, okay? Molly Go Lightly. Remember, Molly covered the Watts, kind of dicey back and forth. Now there's controversy there because Molly raised a bunch of money, but of course Molly was keeping that money in an account to give to Shanann's parents, and then she started becoming close to Shanann's brother, and they exchanged photographs, and something went down where they were supposed to go to a meet and greet, but Shanann's mom wouldn't let Junior go because his truck was held together with duct tape or something, and she could not stand the fact of, not the fact, but the possibility of something happening to Junior. So Junior and his duct taped mobile could not go to the meet and greet that Molly was having at a strip club somewhere, where I don't know who chose that location to do the meet and greet on behalf of the Watts fundraiser, but that's where it was. Long and short of it, Molly ended up in jail for supposedly taking $20 from a stripper's purse. But I don't know if that, I not saying, okay, if it happened or not. Allegedly, but if you go and watch the video, it's pretty funny of her arrest. Have you seen her? Oh my God. So we go Molly to Watts. Okay, right? Now, this bitch here, her name is, she goes by a channel name MGL. Well, what did Molly go by? MGL. Michelle, a.k.a. her escort name, Taylor Love, is Molly's stalker. Okay? She tried to wear Molly's skin and created this whole thing, caused Molly a lot of headache, but Molly called out Michelle from day one, said, you know, she's terrible, but if you want a gold mine, go follow her. Go make a channel about her. And a lot of people made a lot of money off of Michelle's antics. But Michelle has made a lot more money off of herself and her enablers. And like I say, open your doors. Make that bed. So I didn't peek ahead because I never do. I like to talk to you openly and honestly. So what appears to have happened in court on July 8th, 2024 in the Harris County Superior Court in the state of Georgia, one Michelle Marie Sabate as a defendant, was convicted of misuse of a 911 call. She pled NOLO contender, meaning essentially that she's not saying she did it. She's not saying she didn't do it. Looking around for my little Black's dictionary around here. That's a little law dictionary that everybody should have handy. That's I've got the DSM. That's also handy to have when you're talking about Michelle. Those of you who know from my beginning videos, you know how I had all my books all around and everything, and I would show them. But times have changed. Okay, so I don't have my Black's Law Dictionary right here. So she claimed a NOLO. So essentially she's saying she's indifferent. She's not challenging it. She's not contesting it. She took a guilty plea on it. She has 12 months probation on that. She has a fine, so get ready for the grift. She has a fine of $367.50. Now that fine, along with all of the fees, comes out to a whopping total of $417.50. That means that with our reliable past history of this absolute lunatic, she's going to feign a crisis, because you all, the enablers, have paid for every single criminal action fine, every single pill, every single drink of alcohol, every single little vacation, every dinner, everything that she has went on for her little 2-year reign of terror on YouTube from all of the enablers and all of the chaos. You paid for it all. She was fundamentally all paid for, and her housing has been free by her ex-husband. If any of you are curious about this monstrosity I'm discussing, you may click on my playlist of all things Michelle Sabate. I think there's about 50 videos or so. Good for, listening to the worst voice on the internet. So, she did not go to, she did not want a trial, although she was informed that she had the right to a speedy and public trial of her peers, but she waived that. She had the right to confront and cross-examine her witnesses. She did not do that. She went in and said that she was not promised anything by pleading this. She's not been forced, threatened, or coerced into enter that, so don't let her say that she was. Now, the one thing that is not there, that is crossed out, that is NA, is it said that I understand by pleading guilty to a felony charge, I'm giving up the right to possess a firearm. I understand that I'm giving up this right even if I'm sentenced under the first offender. So that's posted as an NA, where the rest of everything else is checked off. Now, NA, why is that? Is that because she's saying she doesn't have any firearms and they've checked that? We know that she did need to give her ex back all of his firearms, and she hasn't once popped off about how, she basically freaking Annie Oakley, with her pew-pew and everything else, and a round kick girl who got her ass kicked when she just tried to go to rehab. Let's not forget that. Now, she is on probation. Probation means she has to be a good little girl. Okay? She has, for her sentence, it says the defendant and the district attorney hereby submit the following plea and sentence recommendation to the court. This agreement was reached by pursuant to discussions initiated by the parties. The defendant consents to the court receiving evidence in aggravation and mitigation following the tender of this plea. The agreement is as follows, and it says count number 1 is unlawful conduct during a 911 call, and it says the max would have been 1 to 2 months sentencing. The recommendation was a $250 fine and 12 months probation, and they accepted that NOLO plea. So basically, of course, with Michelle, nothing but a fine. She's under probation, but we know that she has pending charges. Special conditions, it says that all fines and fees must be paid within 60 days. Well, give her a weekend with the enabling fools that give this lark money. She'll get it. And we know that the clock is ticking for when she needs to vacate the premises of Etienne's house that she exploited out of him. Their very short marriage that she had no children of, and she abused the crap out of the poor man. Okay, so nothing else is checked here for the conditions. And it doesn't give any details of what happened. Now, we know from our past research that what she did during this 911 call, it doesn't have the date of offense, but that date of offense was, what are we talking about, a year ago? Almost a year ago. She called 911 and said that, trigger warning here, said that she had just cut off her leg with a chainsaw. Okay. Now, that is what I saw from the report. We know that we've talked about this before. Without hearing the actual audio, it is my personal belief that she was threatening to do so, and through probably her crying, screaming, theatrics, histrionics, it was stated that she did do that. We know that she has admitted that she has a myriad of mental health concerns, and it has been my continued question as to why these attention-seeking, obnoxious behaviors that continue to waste the resources of our taxpayers are not at least seen for what they are in needing mental health treatment, and why she's not been committed. I think that when she gets in front of somebody who is doing an evaluation, she straightens right up, says the right things, and gets out so that she can continue her addictions. Her addictions are of paramount importance to her, as we know, and because of what she just pulled in rehab, where she popped off trying to be a keyboard warrior in the real world and got her ass handed to her. Well, now she's never going to go to rehab again because she's going to say that she is not safe. Because basically, the way that she acts, she's not safe. She needs to, I don't know. I mean, I would say a group home setting, but anybody in a group home would be taxed with watching her 24/7. A one-to-one caretaker couldn't be, because you'd need 3 different ones. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is for Michelle, but all of the people who've been enabling and defending her, you guys have the solution. So, like I said, get those spare bedrooms ready. Deuces. Deuces. And I will wrap it up with that, as I am informed of more of the outcome of the other pending charges or anything new. I will let you know. Otherwise, I'm like others, and we don't really talk about Michelle anymore because she's just not relevant, like so much of it. But you are, and I care about all of you. So I thought that I've had a nugget of information. I'd update you. I hope this finds you in the morning, and that you started out with a cup of coffee and a smile, and you get out there and you work your garden, because my garden is an absolute failure this year. The cilantro is the only successful thing that has came up. Everything else is just weird. We're having a very odd season here in Minnesota. In Minnesota, we are having all of the moisture that I'm accustomed to from being in the Pacific Northwest. We're having all that moisture, but we're lacking the heat that Minnesota gets. Minnesota can go from the extremes and having very hot summers with the humidity. It's miserable, but we can have that heat, which makes the things that the Midwest is very well known for, their corn, grow well. And so a lot of things are having difficulties because we've had more flooding than ever. Speaking about flooding, I was running my car through wash 2 because I ran it through once and all of the bugs were still there. So I talked to the guys who sprayed the stuff on. I was like, hey, there's still a bunch of bug guts all over. I need help with the bug guts. I can't get them all off. So they put a bunch of bug stuff on. And here I was getting ready on my second car wash, second one. And I'm getting my car dried, through the dry, how you go through that dry thing, and you try to just go so slow so that you're getting every second just right. And you're getting that 60 seconds to make sure that it's divided into 4 parts for your car so that each 15 seconds gets 1/4 of the car all dried. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm sitting there looking out, and I take my sunglasses off for a second. I'm like, why in the shit is it all dark out there now? Well, with this sunny, I went into the car wash sunny. It was sunny as hell. Came out, and it was a deluge. A deluge is, one of the worst rains, like Noah's Ark. Instant flooding. It was a deluge. So while I'm doing the 15 seconds, I'm going, what the shit? Because I went in sunny. So do I back up out of the car wash and come out the other side where it's sunny? Or to go out to the deluge side? I mean, it was a deluge. So, and I'm like, okay, well, Mother Nature is just giving the bug soaking really good, whatever. Anyway. I like to do the 1 month unlimited on the car washes. Where you, I don't know if you guys have those around where the the nicer car washes that they've came up with. You know, like when you used to watch Bugs Bunny and they'd have the Acme Build-A-Kit. They have these Acme Build-A-Kit car washes now, kind of like the Taco Bells. And you can get unlimited for, I think I pay $24 a month. I do that during the summer months. And I take it through. It's and not far, so I take it through as often as possible during the summer. And because here in Minnesota we get there's so much salt and everything in the stuff that they put on the roads to keep the snow off, that it rusts your car. So I get an unlimited for the 3 months of the summer and just go through it. It's just such a pain to wash the car, get out all the bucket. By the time it's done, it's like, you know what, it's worth $24 a month to just go unlimited. And they know that I like to run through twice, generally, because the bug guts really are something. The bug guts, I don't know if there's a good way to get bug guts off. What do y'all use to get bug guts off of the car? Never really had that problem, but it is a Midwestern problem as well. And the bugs are really low, so like if you drive at night, they just get all up under your grill and everything. So it's been a weird Minnesota year, and some of my flowers really like it. But my catmint loves it. I put functional plants out. Catmint is one that you should put out in your garden if you can, or around your garden, because it gets rid of mosquitoes. So look up catmint, and I love the way that the purple and the green come together. So my catmint is actually doing really good in my garden. But other than that, so that keeps away mosquitoes naturally, because I hate them. And when they bite me, it looks like bee stings on me. I'm freaking allergic to the freaking mosquitoes. Another personal story, so I'm probably going to get a real shitagram at 5:50 in the morning today about no more personal stories on your channel, Tabitha Jane. Yes. Yeah, freaking bite me. I'm not in the mood. But I hope that you're having a good summer, and I hope that you have a good day, and I hope you're eating your yogurt. I haven't been doing any of my yogurt bowl content lately because I just haven't done it. I've been tired. I've been in a in a deep sleep this summer, I guess we can say. So, hope all of you are well, and I hope that, Michelle, you're sucking a big, well, you can't even anymore, but stay, well, yeah, there's nothing I can say. Karma's doing its job. So, thanks, Karma, and thank you to Mocking Media. You know I love you, and you know that I have proposed internet marriage with you. All right? Hit me up, Mocking Media. We can make it official. Go and sub up to Mocking Media. They're awesome. They've got a lot of good, funny content, and that's, what we need in this world. We need a little more laughter. Sometimes things are just too serious. All right, I'll go back to the screen that y'all hate, and so close your eyes and run. Have a great day. Thanks for listening, and give me a thumbs up if you can. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.